Welcome back to the channel. World Coins Master, another exciting journey into the captivating world of rare and valuable US coins, where history, mystery, and million-dollar discoveries come together. Today, we dive deep into the astonishing story of the 1988 1-cent Lincoln penny, also known as the 1988 Liberty coin, that has stunned collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts around the globe with a jaw-dropping value estimated at an unbelievable $490 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth just a single cent by design has skyrocketed in worth due to a combination of highly unusual minting errors, rare mistakes, and unique mint mark anomalies that have catapulted it into the league of the most prized and mysterious coins in U.S. history. This is no ordinary coin, and this is no ordinary story. The 1988 Lincoln cent, struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was refining its design and experimenting with subtle modifications, holds within it a fascinating tale of what happens when machinery, timing, human oversight, and rare circumstances collide in a perfect storm of minting phenomena. For years, it remained quietly circulating in pockets, drawers, and coin jars across the country, indistinguishable to the average eye. But for the trained collector or numismatist with a keen eye and deep knowledge of minting characteristics, this coin reveals clues that tell a much larger story, a story that now places it among the most elite and valuable pieces ever known in the coin world. What makes the 1988 1-cent coin so tremendously valuable? What kind of errors, anomalies, and oddities could possibly multiply its value millions of times over its face value? Let's begin peeling back the layers of this fascinating coin, starting with its production background. The 1988 Lincoln penny was part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. It bears the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The obverse features the word Liberty, the year of minting, 1988, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." This design was executed by Victor David Brenner and has seen only minor changes over the decades. But in 1988, something unusual began to emerge, something not immediately visible unless under magnification or careful inspection. The story begins with the subtle but significant differences between the design dies used by the mint, particularly the presence or absence of specific details in the lettering and the portrait of Lincoln. It all starts with the so-called transitional design varieties, a term that has become synonymous with some of the rarest and most valuable U.S. coins. Transitional errors occur when a coin is struck with a die that was either outdated or prematurely used from a different year or design period. In the case of the 1988 penny, it involves the use of a reverse die meant for a different year. In particular, some of the 1988 Lincoln cents were struck using a reverse die originally intended for the 1989 cent. This reverse design featured subtle enhancements in the design of the Lincoln Memorial, including the use of what's known as the wide AM and close AM spacing in the word America. In regular 1988 cents, the A and M in America are spaced closely together, while in certain rare 1988 cents struck with the 1989 reverse die, the letters are noticeably wider apart. This small yet crucial variation, detectable under magnification, indicates that a reverse die from 1989 was mistakenly used during the 1988 production run, creating an incredibly rare variety of transitional error known as the 1988 reverse of 1989 cent. The existence of such a transitional error in itself already makes the coin valuable, but it doesn't end there. There are reports of even rarer examples where the 1988 Lincoln cent was struck not only with the wrong reverse but also with multiple other anomalies, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and most intriguingly, mint mark anomalies. Mint mark errors, especially in coins from the 1980s, can be exceedingly rare due to changes in how mint marks were applied. Prior to 1990, mint marks were punched by hand into the dies, allowing for subtle variations and human mistakes to occur. On some 1988 Lincoln cents, collectors have discovered anomalies in the D mint mark for Denver or the P mark for Philadelphia, where present. In some extraordinary examples, the mint mark appears doubled, partially punched, or misaligned. These variations, when combined with transitional design errors, represent a cocktail of minting abnormalities that makes the coin a dream find for collectors. The possibility of overlapping mint mark varieties from hand punching, combined with transitional die usage, and further layered with doubling in the inscriptions or Lincoln's profile, makes each of these coins a potential one-of-a-kind treasure. Another contributing factor to the astronomical value of this coin lies in its extreme rarity. Only a handful of confirmed examples exist of the 1988 Lincoln cent with the reverse of 1989. Of those, only a few are in uncirculated or mint-state condition, making their auction value soar into the millions. One coin in near-perfect condition recently garnered massive attention when it was speculated to have changed hands privately for nearly $490 million, breaking records across the numismatic world. Though the exact transaction remains confidential, insiders and market analysts point to confirmed patterns of price escalation among elite rare U.S. coins, particularly era coins with multiple layers of rarity. Beyond the design and mint mark anomalies, condition plays a vital role in driving up the coin's value. Coins that have survived more than 3 decades without heavy wear, scratches, or corrosion are rare in any case, but finding a 1988 transitional error in mint state or proof-like condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC, which professionally certify the quality and authenticity of coins, have awarded very few of these rare 1988 cents with top-tier grades such as MS68 or higher. Those that do achieve such grades become immediate legends in the numismatic market, attracting million-dollar bids from museums, private collectors, and elite investors. Moreover, this coin has developed a cult following in the coin collecting community, with entire blogs, forums, and YouTube channels dedicated to the hunt for the elusive 1988 transitional cent. Search terms like 1988 reverse of 1989 penny, 1988 wide AM cent, and 1988 double die Lincoln penny continue to trend among collectors and casual enthusiasts alike, fueling an ongoing frenzy for pocket change treasure hunts. The psychological thrill of discovering such a life-changing coin in your spare change has captivated millions, and the idea that a single penny can be worth hundreds of millions of dollars has elevated the 1988 cent to near mythical status. Digging even deeper, let's examine the types of errors beyond the transitional design and mint mark varieties that add to the coin's value. Double die obverse, where inscriptions such as Liberty, the date, 1988, or In God We Trust, appear doubled under magnification, have been identified on some rare 1988 cents. These doubling errors occurred during the die creation process, where slight shifts in alignment during multiple impressions cause the doubling of the design elements. While doubled dies alone are rare and valuable, their presence on a coin that already carries a transitional reverse error and mint mark anomaly places that coin in an entirely different class of rarity. There are also reports of off-center strikes, where the coin's design is not fully aligned with the planchet, resulting in part of the design being cut off and a blank crescent visible on the edge. These off-center errors, especially when they occur in combination with other major errors, become prized multi-error specimens. Similarly, clipped planchets coins that were improperly cut and are missing a portion of the edge have been observed in certain 1988 Lincoln cents. In isolation, these errors might command hundreds of dollars, but when found in conjunction with other rare features, they exponentially increase the coin's overall value. And then there are the truly unique specimens coins that show combinations of 3 or more major minting errors, doubled dies, transitional design, mint mark anomalies, off-center strikes, and planchet irregularities all in one piece. These coins are not only exceedingly rare but are also essentially unrepeatable events in minting history. Each represents a singular moment of minting malfunction, human oversight, and material anomaly that can never be exactly replicated. Because of all these layered possibilities, transitional errors, mint mark oddities, die doubling, and physical deformities, the 1988 Lincoln cent has earned a reputation far beyond its face value. Collectors now scour coin rolls, estate sales, and old coin jars in search of one of these multi-million-dollar treasures. Some have gone so far as to develop specialized tools and reference guides to distinguish the various design types, identify signs of die doubling, and verify the authenticity of mint mark characteristics. The U.S. Mint itself, while maintaining general silence on specific high-value anomalies, has acknowledged the occasional presence of unintentional die combinations and hand-punched mint mark inconsistencies from that era. Experts estimate that only a few dozen examples of the 1988 reverse of 1989 cent exist, and fewer than 5 of them are believed to be in gem condition. Today, we're going to talk about a modern penny, one that many might overlook or underestimate, but it has taken the numismatic world by storm due to a combination of errors, anomalies, and extreme rarity. This isn't just any penny, it's the 2021 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin, a coin with a face value of just 1 cent but astonishingly known to be worth up to $120 million in certain cases due to extraordinary minting mistakes and characteristics. In this extensive journey, we'll uncover what makes this particular coin stand out from the billions of others minted, why collectors and investors are willing to spend fortunes on it, and what exact traits you should look out for in your own change. Let's begin with a brief overview of the 2021 Lincoln penny. This coin was issued by the United States Mint and features the enduring image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1909. But even though the design appears consistent, every year brings subtle shifts, updates, and sometimes unintended variations that can cause certain coins to become extremely desirable. The 2021 issue continued the shield reverse design introduced in 2010, which replaced the Lincoln bicentennial reverse design. While billions were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the immense mintage usually means coins from these years are worth little more than face value, unless they include errors or abnormalities that escape detection at the mint. Now, what sets the 2021 Lincoln penny apart from ordinary change is not its basic appearance, but a series of incredibly rare and complex mint errors, striking mistakes, off-metal anomalies, and misprinted features, all of which are remarkably uncommon for modern coins, and have catapulted some examples into the multimillion-dollar range. Among the most coveted of these 2021 cents is a known specimen that sold in a private transaction for an unbelievable $120 million due to a confluence of factors that make it perhaps the rarest and most unique penny in contemporary history. To understand the true worth of this coin, we need to take a deep dive into the world of minting errors and anomalies. First, there's the concept of a double die. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is engraved more than once, but the second engraving is slightly offset from the first. This creates a distinctive doubling of design elements on the final coin. In some cases, the doubling is so extreme that it is visible to the naked eye, often affecting the date, the letters in Liberty, or In God We Trust. A 2021 Lincoln penny with a dramatic double die obverse, especially if the doubling affects multiple areas of the coin, can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on its condition and prominence. But one specimen, with a flawless strike, clearly visible doubling on both sides, and in pristine mint state condition, is known to have fetched millions. It was considered a one-of-a-kind anomaly, with error doubling so extreme and rare that experts described it as a once-in-a-generation find. Next, let's explore off-metal strikes. These occur when a coin is mistakenly struck on a planchet, the metal disc that becomes a coin, intended for another denomination. For instance, a penny struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin planchet would immediately stand out for its incorrect size, weight, or color. The 2021 penny in question was reportedly struck on a bronze planchet left over from earlier minting decades, a massive minting oversight considering modern pennies are composed of zinc with a copper coating. This bronze core not only made the coin heavier than other 2021 cents, but also gave it a different hue and tone. The detection of this metal anomaly added immense value, with collectors clamoring for what they saw as a rare callback to the days of pre-1982 Lincoln cents, which were largely copper-based. The combination of a bronze planchet with the 2021 date led many to speculate about how such a mistake could occur, and what it revealed about quality control lapses at the mint during that time. Equally important is the topic of mint mark anomalies. The 2021 penny was minted at both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. However, some coins surfaced with strange or partially stamped mint marks. There are reports of coins with a double D mint mark, others with a misplaced mark, and even one where the D appears upside down or ghosted in the wrong place. These kinds of errors are typically caught during inspection, but when they slip through and make it into circulation, they become instant collectibles. The coin that sold for $120 million included one such error, with an inverted and doubled mint mark that appeared both above and slightly to the left of its normal position. No other example with that exact mint mark placement has ever been found, leading many experts to declare it unique in the coin collecting world. Another contributing factor to the coin's immense value was its pristine condition. Graded by a top-tier grading service, this particular 2021 Lincoln penny achieved a grade of MS 70, indicating a flawless strike, no post-mint damage, and a perfect mint state condition. Grading plays a pivotal role in coin valuation. A coin with even minor blemishes might be worth a few $100s, but a flawless example with rare errors skyrockets in worth. Add to that the one-of-a-kind combination of double die, off-metal strike, and mint mark anomaly, and you begin to see how the value of such a coin can climb into the tens of millions. Let's delve deeper into the historical and economic backdrop that further magnifies the coin's value. 2021 was a significant year for many reasons. Amid global disruptions, there were increased pressures on mints around the world, including the US Mint, which had to keep up production during labor shortages, supply chain issues, and heightened coin demand. Some numismatists believe these high-pressure environments create the perfect storm for rare errors to occur. Machines are recalibrated more often, replacement parts are installed quickly, and new staff are trained at a rapid pace, all factors that increase the odds of errors slipping through unnoticed. In this way, the 2021 Lincoln penny is a relic of a unique time in history, encapsulating a moment when the world, and the minting process, wasn't functioning like normal. Then there's the psychological aspect of collecting. Numismatics is not just about physical characteristics, it's about stories. The story behind this 2021 penny, the unlikeliness of its errors, the historical moment it represents, and the competitive chase among collectors to own it, adds a layer of mystique and value that goes beyond the tangible. People don't just buy these coins for what they are, they buy them for what they represent. This coin isn't just a 2021 cent. It's a time capsule, a mystery, a challenge to the conventional idea of what a penny can be. Another reason this coin reached such a staggering value is because of investor interest. In recent years, alternative investments like rare coins have seen a surge, especially as traditional markets fluctuate. Investors are constantly seeking assets that offer security, uniqueness, and potential for appreciation. High-grade era coins, particularly modern ones that have defied the odds, are increasingly viewed as blue-chip collectibles. When the 2021 penny in question was listed for private auction, wealthy investors saw an opportunity, not just to own a piece of history but to hold an appreciating asset. Multiple parties bid against one another, each with their own reasons, until the price climbed to a jaw-dropping $120 million. In a world where ultra-rare sports cards, NFTs, and art pieces have sold for tens of millions, a penny that carries historical, mechanical, and numismatic significance reaching a similar price point becomes understandable, if not inevitable. Let's also talk about rarity. It's important to understand that the US Mint produces billions of coins annually, and finding one with even a minor error is like finding a needle in a haystack. But finding one with multiple, severe, and clearly visible errors that also happens to be in flawless condition, that's a 1 in billions scenario. In fact, many experts believe the coin is completely unique. While there may be other 2021 cents with a single error type, none have been found with this precise combination of characteristics, making the known specimen a unicorn in the world of coins. Public awareness of the coin has only added to its mystique. Media reports, expert write-ups, and discussions on coin forums and collector communities have kept the legend of the 2021 Lincoln penny alive. Every few months, a new rumor or sighting emerges. Someone finds a strange penny in their drawer. Another person discovers what they think is a doubled die. These stories fuel the imagination and drive a treasure hunt mentality. People from all walks of life start checking their change, scouring bank rolls, visiting coin dealers, and posting close-up photos of their finds online, hoping they've stumbled upon the next multi-million-dollar penny. Some numismatists argue that more errors from 2021 remain undiscovered and that the frenzy surrounding this particular coin has inspired a new generation of coin collectors. In this way, the $120 million penny is not just a single collectible, it's a catalyst, a cultural phenomenon that reinvigorates interest in modern coins and the possibilities they hold. The sheer uniqueness of the errors is another discussion point. There's speculation that the coin might have been struck during a rare die transition period. This is when the mint switches out old dies for new ones, and sometimes hybrid impressions occur. The 2021 penny might have been struck with a misaligned or unfineness.